Leadership often mandates that AI become the new standard for productivity, but for the frontline people actually doing the daily work, it often feels like running on an accelerating treadmill. You might ask a chatbot to brainstorm a few ideas, which works well enough, but then you are stuck manually copying, pasting, and reformatting those text blocks into your actual presentation or spreadsheet. This split bar chart visualizes that exact disconnect. We see that 75% of executives use these tools effectively on a weekly basis. But when you look at the frontline workers executing the daily tasks, adoption drops to 51%. This drop-off happens because of prompt fatigue. When a tool requires you to write a new instruction for every single step and constantly micromanage its mistakes, it stops saving you time. We are trying to force complex, multi-step business operations into a simple, single-turn chat interface. To get actual work done, we have to move past the conversational chatbot and upgrade to autonomous systems known as AI agents. A standard chatbot is a language model at its core. You give it a prompt, and it reacts by generating text. That is its entire job. Think of that language model as the engine. An AI agent takes that engine and builds a fully autonomous car around it. First, the agent adds a planning layer. Instead of waiting for you to provide step-by-step directions, you give it a final destination and it maps out the individual steps required to get there. Next is tool use. To reach those waypoints, the agent can independently open a web browser to search for current data, write and run Python code, or read and write files directly on your system. Finally, it self-corrects. If a link is broken or a piece of code fails, the agent reviews its own error, recalculates its approach, and tries a new route until it succeeds. Because it plans, uses tools, and fixes its own mistakes, an AI agent hands you a finished slide deck or a compiled financial report, rather than a raw wall of text. Businesses have tried automating workflows before, using robotic process automation, or RPA. But RPA relies on strict pre-programmed rules. If an RPA bot encounters a poorly formatted invoice or an unexpected error message, it freezes. It doesn't know how to adapt. AI agents interpret messy, unstructured data on the fly. If an invoice format changes, the agent reads it, understands the context, and adjusts its extraction method without a human having to rewrite the code. And they do not work alone. In a multi-agent environment, a research agent can pull data and instantly hand it off to an analysis agent, which then passes its findings to a writing agent. This technological leap shifts the human role from manual task execution to strategic oversight. You review final output and direct the broader strategy. Transitioning to AI agents requires a shift in organizational culture and human skills that exceeds the scope of a standard software installation. A single, mandatory seminar will not work. The marketing team and the finance team need entirely different skills to get value out of these tools. Upskilling an organization happens systematically across 4 distinct levels. Level 1 is AI literacy. Before anyone touches an agent, every employee learns what the tools cannot do, how to protect company data, and the basics of security protocols. Level 2 focuses on prompting and specific tools. Here, teams learn how to guide AI contextually for the exact workflows they handle in their specific departments. Level 3 introduces workflow automation. Your power users learn to connect AI directly to your company's email and messaging platforms, setting up systems that trigger actions automatically. Level 4 is agent development. Technical teams use frameworks to build custom autonomous agents trained specifically on your proprietary data and products. Rolling this out in phases addresses AI anxiety directly. When employees understand the mechanics of the tools, the fear of replacement fades into a sense of control. Long-term success depends on a workforce trained to collaborate with AI as a digital colleague, rather than the raw intelligence of any single model.